Andrew, just before we move on, can I just get your opinion, please, on why these jockeys are speaking up now and exactly what you think of these whip reforms?
I think it's as much the case, Kate, that how much thought has gone into where we're using we talk about backhand and forehand position. Now, I haven't got a persuade. I like to call it a persuader or a pro-cush. I think whip is antiquated now, personally. I think it's inflammatory. I think we need to get around the mentality, and I think the BHA need to have a huge push on explaining to the public what the pro-cush and what the persuader is there for, because that's what it is. It's foam padded. It's there to encourage horses to give their best and to do their best, and to make sure that the breeding, for me, is the best it can be. You get lazy horses out there. You get lazy horses who need persuasion. We watched an Ergomeet the weekend having a good look when he came past the stands about, I saw the exit gate, the next fence he went down to, he made a mistake at. You need it to make sure that their mind is on the job and for concentration and to get the best out of them. If it was in any way, shape or form dangerous or it was hurting the horse, we would not be able to use it, and it would have been banned 30 years ago. So that is not the case. From the perspective of backhand and forehand, well, my worry is have it in the backhand position, is hitting it in the right place. You need to hit it round the rump. That's the most important thing, not down the flank, on the rump. And I gave my perspective on it when we got sent, about 2,000 people got sent what they thought about it. I thought the rules were fine. They could be harder and harsher for people who go over the amount of times you're allowed to persuade a horse. Mm-hmm. So from that perspective, I think the penalties could be harsher. As far as I believe that the way to stop people from infringing the rules, take the prize money off the jockey if he goes over the top. Don't disqualify the owner. Yeah. And people will say, oh, well, if that's the case, the owner will recompense the jockey. I've been banned before for striking a horse too many times. Not once for me having 4 days off or for having 7 days off has an owner compensated me. Mm-hmm. I don't think people believe or realise that if a jockey has 4 days off, 7 days off, the amount of money that costs him for that is equivalent to what he won. I don't think, as maybe slightly different on the flat, but from a jumping perspective, for jockeys winning Grade 1 races that are, say, £25,000 to the winner, he gets 7.5%, not 10. Mm-hmm. So it works about 1,800 quid. Well, if he goes and misses 10 rides in the next 4 days, that is the equivalent. That's a pretty harsh penalty, and it hurts a jockey to realise that those rides that he is missing is going to impinge. He might not get them back. Somebody else wins on them, he won't get them back. So from the perspective of the persuader, I've been believer. I'd still let them use it in the forehand position, which enables them to hit it in the correct place. Be hard. For me, there's going to be a lot of bans, and I agree with the jockeys that, hitting them down the flank. They say Paddy Brennan does it. Well, Paddy would say himself, would you want everybody riding like Paddy Brennan? No, it's not. Paddy would say it's not attractive, but he gets the job done. But the thing is, he uses the backhand position when he's using the persuader in the right hand, but when he pulls it through to the left, no, he doesn't. Mm-hmm. Because it's the weaker hand. And to me, it's not the way forward. Yes, it's gone through the loops of speaking to different people. But the fact is, Tom Scudamore has his opinions, and you've got obviously PJ McDonald on the flat. But there was an awful lot of people, and we still don't know, where it was really coming from. Was it the vets? Was it the BHA? Was it the I think the jockeys had very little say. They had to go along with it, and now they've gone along with it. Suddenly the reality has kicked in, and the bedding in period I don't understand. The bedding in period, if a jockey manages to tap a horse in the incorrect place at the moment, and when the bedding in period comes in, he is still going to get banned because he's hit it in the incorrect place. Well, surely a bedding in period is trying to get them to use the persuader in the correct position. But the bedding in period is for the penalties, not about how the jockeys are going to use the persuader. And if they're going to use it, it's going to come above head height. And to me, that looks worse. I see the majority of jockeys, the way they are using it now, I find it acceptable. I don't think it looks unacceptable. And that is the most important thing. How does it look?